Minutes away from the kickoff of a nice game between the Breds and the Colonels. Well, Colonels come in, as we said, 5-2 on the year, but more importantly, 2-0 in district play. They're coached by Eddie Evanston, who is now in his 10th year at the helm of the Colonel program, and he has done nothing but turn this program around. Yep, they've always been pretty strong, but then they went through about a 4 or 5 year period about 10 years ago in which they just, for whatever reason, we're not getting the job done. In fact, in Evanston's first season, his team went just 5-8. But since that time, he has done gangbusters. 2 years later, just 2 years later in 2017, they won the state championship. And then 2 years after that, in 2019, they won another just for good measure. Overall, Evanston's record is 105-25. That's an 808 winning percentage. And remember, like I said, in 2015, they went 5-8. So we mentioned before, Covington Catholic, mostly a running team. They'll run about 2/3 of the time, led by junior quarterback Cash Harney, who is averaging 98 passing yards per game. He's also their leading rusher, averaging 107 rushing yards per game, which is tied for 10th in the state. Harney has also run for at least 100 yards in 4 games so far this year. Junior running back Dylan Gazer will carry the ball a lot as well. He's averaging 101 yards per game on the ground, and he has had 2 200-plus rushing yards games this year, including a spectacular game in which he carried the ball 17 times for 241 yards and a touchdown in the win over Beechwood. With the running game as effective as it is, not a lot of passing going on as far as the Colonels are concerned. In fact, no receiver is averaging more than 23 receiving yards per game. Other notes about the statistics that look so good for Covington Catholic, they're averaging 40.6 points per game, which is 7th best in Class 4A, while their opponents are scoring just 17.3 points per contest. Also, Covington Catholic averaging 267 rushing yards per game, which is 6th best in our class. They're outgaining their opponents by an average in total yards of 378 to 232. The defense is also very effective. In fact, they have forced 10 fumbles this year and pulled in 14 interceptions, which is tied for the most in the state, no matter the class.
That is strong.
Which should lead you to believe that their plus-minus in turnovers is pretty darn good. In fact, they have turned the ball over only 4 times.
I was going to guess plus 20.
Only 2 in the last 5 games, so plus 20 on their turnovers. By comparison, Harrison County is -7.
Yep.
And have not picked off a pass or recovered a fumble in our last 4 games. So a little bit of a dry spell there. Next week, Covington Catholic will host Mason County for the #1 seed in the district tournament. And barring an upset, both the Colonels and the Royals will be hosting first-round games in the playoffs.
Mason did take care of Grant yesterday.
Yes.
I didn't know if
so
you saw that or
that
not.
secured Grant County's 3rd place in the overall seedings for the district tournament. Joined now by Trent Harris. And Trent?
Yes, sir.
Along with the turnover margin, obviously, we have got to avoid any kind of penalties at all tonight if we have a chance to try to get the upset.
Yeah, if you're going to pull off the unthinkable, then it has to be a perfect game. Not a near perfect game, a perfect game. And, you don't things like that. But, we've been saying it all year. We've been watching them all year. We've got 9 seniors, 4 of which that just started playing this year.
Right.
They got a whole roster of juniors and seniors and sophomores in the white and blue. And we got kids that are learning the game.
Right.
We got a lot of good players, but it's just the talent disparity it's there. So
yes.
I think every ball should be goals should be in this game to play mistake-free, take care of the ball, try to wrap up on these big kids as best you can, make some hits, and come out of here with a respectable game, put some points on the board, and we'll move on to next week.
Let's keep our fingers crossed.
Yeah.
We'll take one more break and come back for the kickoff of tonight's game. After this, you're listening to BYN Sports.
Feed your farm with Southern States Co-op, pigs, rabbits, horses, or cattle. Your local Southern States team can help you find the best new farm and around the house. Stop by Southern States on US 27 south of Cynthiana or call 234-2161. That's 234-2161. Curbside service is available.
Live coverage of Harrison County Thoroughbred Football is brought to you in part by Snappy Tomato Pizza, Farm Credit Mid-America, Knupp Law, State Farm Insurance Agent Joe Cochran, El Pericatin Mexican Restaurant, Hinton Mills, Sorrel Home Medical, Harrison Memorial Hospital, Southern States, Edward Jones Invest, Bluegrass Stockyards, Ag Credit, Van Hook Hardware, Poindexter Lumber Company, Angelo's Pizza, Judy Construction, and Smith Insurance. Now, for all the play-by-play action, here's Jim.
On the hilltop, Harrison County will be kicking off while Covington Catholic will be receiving. This will be the 15th meeting between the two schools on the football field. Covington Catholic, 3, including the last 9 games in a row. The last time that the Breds beat Covington Catholic was in the first round of the 1999 playoffs when they turned back the Colonels 21-16. Last year, when the two teams got together up in Park Hills in northern Kentucky, Covcath won 50-13, a game that Covcath won as well. That game had a final score of 42-6. So now that's all the information that you need. Let's get this ball game started and hopefully upset the Colonels here tonight. Oliver Link and Zach Brooks back deep for Covcath. So we're about to get this game started. Logan Harris checks out to make sure he's got 11 guys on the field. And it looks like we're all ready to go. Light crowd here for homecoming and senior night. But maybe more will come as we get closer to halftime. Harris's kick is going to be a line driver that's going to be taken at about the number 4, Oliver Link. Now Link finds a hole on the far sideline. We got a flag back here at the 35, so that long run that got to the 30 on the other side of the midfield will be turned back. So Harrison County dodges a bullet just the very get-go, assuming that's what the call is, and it is. So moving back.
Yes. Flags sitting at the 34.
Yeah, so effectively 30-yard, well, more than that because they back them up, more like a 40-yard penalty. Sounds like Kentucky, where we gave up a lot of yards by stupid penalties. I don't know.
Man,
I'm still bitter.
If only they could beat the teams they're still supposed to beat.
You got that right.
Like South Carolina and Vandy.
Yes, and Vandy.
Come on, man.
Yeah, I mean,
come on, man.
Oh, well.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to. Oh,
so
well.
it goes.
What are you going to do?
Hope for a win down in Gainesville tomorrow. All right, the ball is going to be set right square on the 24-yard line. Almost said 25. Cash Harney, the quarterback, in shotgun formation, trips to the near side, the wide side of the field. Harney, a short lateral backwards into the hands of Link, and Link has got some running room across midfield. Humble on the play, but
right on top
Cath gets it. And we were also going to have a flag, and I think that flag might be holding as Zach Bailey. No, that's not Zach Bailey. That was rather Mason Wright was lying on the ground after somebody had covered him up. So let's verify that indeed was the penalty. Mason Wright's a beast. I think I've said that before.
Yes. Blindside block.
Blindside block, yeah. So blindside block is Covington Catholic not coming out very efficiently. See, blind side BLDSD. So it's a 15-yard penalty.
From
takes
the
them all the way
spot.
back to the 30.
So it's technically first and
Yeah, first and
4?
about 4, right. Long 4, short 3. But a penalty nonetheless that keeps the ball deep in Covcath territory still. Chilly night here on the hilltop, but not unbearably so.
it's Andrew Bessler in the backfield.
Okay. Man in motion for a Covcath right to left. That was Nicholas Krallman. Here's a snap, and keeping the ball on is going to own this time is going to be the quarterback Harney, and he is going to have enough for a first down as he nears midfield. Harney, one of the leading rushers in the state, gets a long run this time to get his team, as we said, a first down close to midfield. They'll put it down to 46, so a 16-yard gain on the play. And the first down of the night for Covington Catholic. They're just very speedy.
Yep.
That's the one difference between Mason County and Hellcat, has some speed that Mason County doesn't necessarily have. Ball's on the near hash mark. Shotgun formation. Going back to pass is Harney. Looking downfield. Now wraps it up. Takes a trip over to the far side. Makes a turn up the middle. He's into Harrison County territory and has enough for a first down. Was a Caden Custard type run that time by Harney.
Yeah, Carson Marshall in on the stop, but after a big gain.
They'll put it down at the 36-yard line, so 14 and 4, an 18-yard gain. And Covcath is on the move. As we said, they'll run about 2/3 of the time. Harney gets the sign from his sideline before racing out to the huddle on the far hash mark. Reds need to stop here. Covcath kind of stopped themselves on the first play of this drive with a hold, but a couple of long runs have negated that. Once again, Harney in shotgun formation in motion. Right to left goes Tate Crewer. Now it's going to be number 9, Dylan Gaser. Gaser finds some running room, and he is down to about the 10.
Tanner Toomey on the stop.
So Gaser, a good run there. Very good run there. They're just finding the holes.
Yeah, this holes are getting made by the line, and the athletes are making the runs that they need to make.
Down to the 9, so a 27-yard gain. Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
They've had gains of 16, 18, and 27. And are first and goal from the 9. Wow, for over 70 years, Weber's Sausage has delivered the best Kentucky flavor to your breakfast table. From first sizzle to the last bite, it's a taste you can trust. Find them in your favorite meat department.
That's Weber's.
Lying up wide to the far side is Tate Crewer. Shotgun formation for Harney. He'll put another man in motion, but keeping the ball on his own as Harney goes up the middle and is going to be inside the 5.
Another stop by Toomey.
So Toomey really getting his nose in here on senior night, one of the 9 seniors honored prior to the game. And they'll put it down to the 4, so a 5-yard gain, and that will bring up second down and goal to go. Homecoming festivities will take place at halftime of this game.
I need a roster of the entrants so I can make my picks.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I know a couple of the kids that are in it, but I don't know them all.
I don't either. I know at least one kid that we both know.
Yeah.
Going under center now is Harney with the ball at the 4. Harney puts a man in motion. Now he will give it to his fullback, and number 22, Owen Pitzer, goes in for the touchdown. Makes it 6-0 on the 4-yard run by Owen Pitzer, who is a sophomore. For Pitzer, that is his 3rd rushing touchdown of the season. Coming in for special teams is Ryan Erdy. Erdy is hitting 84% of his extra point tries. Left-footed kicker. The hold is going to be through the hands of the holder. Now Erdy picks up the ball, runs to the far side, but will not score. But with 8:20 left to go in the first quarter, your score, Covington Catholic 6 and Harrison County nothing. You're listening to Thoroughbred Football on WCYN Sports.
It's true. Many of us spend more time thinking about what's for dinner than preparing for retirement. But if you think your retirement needs deserve more attention, I agree, and I'd like to help. I'm Edward Jones' financial advisor, Mark Troxel. Together, we can give your long-term retirement strategies the attention it deserves. Stop by my office at 136 East Pike Street. Edward Jones, making sense of investing, member SIPC.
Every Monday and Tuesday at 9 a.m., Bluegrass Stockyards Lexington will be having their cattle sale. Bluegrass Stockyards Lexington is located just off I-75 at exit 120 and has many loading docks. To stay up to date with Bluegrass Stockyards, visit bgstockyards.com. From there, you can view market reports, loads and groups, and you can even watch the auctions online. Once again, visit bgstockyards.com, and don't forget every Monday and Tuesday at 9 a.m., Bluegrass Stockyards Lexington's cattle sale.
All right, we get back to action. Erdy will be kicking off. This kick is going to be picked up over at the far side of the 10. Tanner Toomey looking for running room. And now he's going to the opposite side as he reverses course before running out of bounds. So good coverage that time by the Colonels. 5 in Class 4A, trailing only Boyle County, the King, Paducah Tillman, Franklin County, and Corbin.
Ooh, Franklin County.
Yeah, Franklin's gotten themselves into having a pretty good football program. They've been consistently in the tops in the state the last 4 or 5 years in a row. So, and Western Hills is good too. So they're playing well with basically split up.
Right.
They'll put the ball at the 19-yard line after that 9-yard gain.
It's Sumter in the backfield.
Shotgun formation for Hinton. Gets the snap, and we had a false start. As we had half the line moving a half a second earlier than the other half of the line. Unfortunately, part of the line that did not move was the center. So quick penalty on the Thoroughbreds, something we said we cannot do. We do on the first play from scrimmage, which is get a penalty. And I understand. It's like Mincy for UK last week. They're bigger, stronger, and going to fly past you unless you hold on to them.
Yeah.
Harrison County facing first down and 15 yards to go now from their own 14. Ball's on the far hash mark. Pistol formation. Hinton turns around, gives the ball to Sumter. Sumter trying to get to the outside, and now was about to cut back inside, but is met by several Colonels on his first carry of the night.
Probably a 3 or 4 yard gain.
Sumter had a tough game last week up at Mason County. Had 15 carries, but only gained 25 yards. They'll put that ball up at the 18, so a 4-yard gain on the play. Second down, though, coming up for Harrison County and 12 to go. As more people are arriving as time goes along. Looking across the way before it got too dark, the high school is coming right along. I think once they got the footers in, things are starting to work a little bit faster. Hinton goes under center for this second and long situation. He'll go back to pass, looking, fires it in. It's going to be picked off by Covington Catholic.
Number 22.
And that is Pitzer. And Pitzer will go towards the end zone, and he is going to be a little bit short, but it's going to be a turnover nonetheless, and that gives Covington Catholic their state-leading 15th interception of the season.
Man, oh man.
That is incredible. And now they got an extremely short field. And they're going to put it at the 3-yard line.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
At the 3.
We'll accept that. Don't have to like it. 22 had a 22-yard return on that interception. Harney will go under center for this first and goal situation. He's got a couple of running backs behind him.
Number 3 and 22.
And they will give it to number 7, which is Logan Sanning. And Sanning falls into the end zone. Just kind of let his momentum carry him over. And another score for Covington Catholic as Sanning picks up his first rushing touchdown of the season. For Sanning, just his 5th carry of the year as well. Nevertheless, it's now 12-0 in favor of Covington Catholic. And we haven't played 5 minutes yet. Having blown the PAT on the previous touchdown, Covington Catholic's going to go for 2 here. This will show you how good a team Covington Catholic is. Their kickoff ready team is already ready, and they got 8 guys. Unreal. Under center goes Harney. Harney will give the ball 22. To Pitzer. And it is 22, right?
Yes, sir.
And Pitzer goes in for the 2-point conversion. 7:03 left in the first quarter. Your score: Covington Catholic 14, Harrison County nothing. You're listening to Thoroughbred Football on WCYN Sports.
Everyone is loving the new Angelo's at Cynthiana. New ownership, new management, still same great taste and great food with many added items. Hey, don't forget their daily specials where strombolis are on special twice a week now and many extra entrees. They even have a new salad bar. How awesome is that? Stop by now for your daily specials. Oh yeah, they still have pizza as well. Angelo's hours are Monday through Saturday from 11 a.m. till 10 p.m. Same great location, US 27 South of Cynthiana, or call ahead at 859-298-2112. Great food, great service, great atmosphere. Angelo's Pizza.
Is your tractor getting up there in hours? Are you looking to add a new piece of equipment to your operation? We know that tractors and other farm machinery can last a long time, but financing new takes no time at all with Ag Credit Express. If it's time for new equipment, you can finance it fast and easy with Express. Ask your local dealer about the Express option or visit us at our Paris office, 201 Commerce Drive, or agcreditonline.com.
All right, as we get back to play, Landon Custard fields the kickoff and is able to wind his way up to near the 20-yard line, which is where Harrison County will start their offense down 14-0. They're just a little bit less than 7 minutes to play in the first quarter, and it's been all Cubcats so far, as we imagined that it might be. He'll put the ball down at the 21. So for Custard, a 17-yard return. Breds break huddle, ball will be on the near hash mark. Hinton.
Actually, it looks like Toomey's going to take a snap.
Toomey's done a direct snap for the Wildcat formation. Sumter's behind Toomey. Toomey looks to his left, looks to his right, puts Custard in motion, and dropped the ball temporarily to Toomey, but it bounced right back in his hands, so he's trying to run himself out of trouble and may have gotten back to the original line of scrimmage.
Either that or a loss of one.
Yeah, but just didn't look the ball into his hands, I don't think. And fortunately, his hands were near the ground, so the ball bounced right back.
You got some big gorillas over there trying to kill you.
Got that right.
So, yeah, I can see taking my eye off the ball.
1 yard loss on the play, as you said, and that makes it a 2nd and 11 situation coming up for the Breds. Breds 1-6 overall this season, while Covcath is 5-2 and on the wings of a 5-game winning streak. Hinton with Sumter on his left hip, gets the snap, goes back to pass, flushed out of the pocket, fires over to the far sideline where it short hops his intended receiver, and that will bring up a 3rd down and 11 situation for the Thoroughbreds. Breds on 3rd down have not done really well this year, just 26% success rate. In fact, against Mason County last week, the Breds went just 1 for 10 in 3rd down conversions. Stuff to work on during the offseason. Next week, we'll head to Covington to Madison Avenue, where we'll take on the Holmes Bulldogs, who are having a difficult season.
One of my favorite fields that we go to.
Oh, is it?
I like that field. I think it's really nice.
It's definitely unique. Down in a hole there by the high school. Hinton in shotgun formation. Play action. Here's a pass to the near flat, but the intended receiver hadn't quite gotten there as the rush came in pretty quickly for Covington Catholic.
Yeah.
Not giving Hinton very much time, and that'll bring up a 4th down.
Trying to get it to Bailey there, and like you said, Jacory didn't have a whole lot of time, so got rid of it before he could break on his route.
Yeah, they've got
They got
9 new faces in there for the kickoff.
team.
So Toomey, who had some troubles kicking last week, just averaged 30 yards on 5 kicks, will be in there for his first appearance of the night. 6:30 left. Now the snap goes into the end zone, but Toomey's able to get it. Gets off a kick that hopefully will take a Harrison County bounce. And whether it would or not, we'll never know, as Sumter picks it up at about the 41.
Yeah.
So the punt to the 41. So just a 21-yard kick. Gives Covcath the ball back. 6:22 left in this first quarter. And Covcath will start once again in Harrison County territory. Coming in with the play will be Cash Harney. Well, you know about the Beast Pizza, but don't forget about Snappy's great salads and sandwiches. Now that's 2-3-5. Snap. There you go. Ball's on the near hash mark. Shotgun formation for Harney. Looks over to his left. Now gets the snap. Looking downfield. Steps up in the pocket. Fires it. And it's going to be just a little bit beyond his intended receiver, Oliver Link. So just simply an incomplete pass. Good coverage on the play by the Thoroughbreds as well.
That was number... that was Alan Price, number 9.
Alan Price. You know what? Alan Price has done a great job this year.
He's done a really good job in the secondary for sure.
Yeah. Really giving this team a boost. He was one of the 9 seniors honored prior to the game. But, yeah, having a successful senior season despite the record. Second down and 10. Keeping the ball is going to be Harney. Finds a hole on the right side, and he may go all the way, and he will go all the way. For Harney, that is a 41-yard touchdown run, and that will also give him 10 rushing touchdowns on the season as the Colonels grow their lead to 20-0 with 6:08 left to go in the first quarter. Whew. Dang it.
Just something that you kind of saw coming, but was hoping something else would happen.
And it didn't. Ryan Erdy back in for a second try at the PAT. He missed the first. This one's on the way, and this one will be good. So with 6:08 left to go in the first quarter, your score, Covington Catholic 21, Harrison County nothing. You're listening to Thoroughbred Football on WCYN Sports.
Van Hook Hardware on Pike Street has been family owned and operated since 1903. Need to ship UPS? Drop by Van Hook's and ship UPS with free UPS drop-off. Like Van Hook Hardware on Facebook.
The True Value Bargains of the Month. Good while supplies last through until the end of the month. A VacMaster Professional B Series 5-gallon 5.5 peak horsepower wet dry vac only $79.99. The First Alert plug-in carbon monoxide alarm $17.99. A Great Stuff 12-ounce window and door foam sealant with smart dispenser, $7.99. Stallbill 10-ounce fuel stabilizer, $4.99. Your choice, a Green Thumb 22-inch lawn and leaf rake or a 32-inch poly leaf rake, only $12.99. A Tomcat 16-pack refillable mouse killer station, $6.49. A 20-pound multi-purpose mixed wild bird food, only $9.99. Your choice, a 4-pack soft white A19 or LED bulbs, $3.99. Only at Van Hook Hardware.
Back here on the hilltop as Hunter Jones returns the ensuing kickoff after the most recent score by Covington Catholic. He won't get very many yards as they'll put the ball down right on top the 20-yard line, so a 10-yard return for Jones. First and 10 for the Breds. They trail 21-0 as we've now played half the first quarter. Yeah. Hinton in shotgun formation. Sumter is on his left hip. Double wides to the near side, the wide side of the field. Snap is back to Hinton. Throws it, and it's going to be knocked down by Covcath. So big old arm coming in there and knocking it away for an incomplete pass. Second down and 10 yards to go. Farm Credit Mid-America offers short-term loans that handle the present so you can focus on the future. Contact Michael Furnish at 859-254-2741 and learn more about it.
You the man, Mike.
Invite you to tune on to our Let's Talk Sports program in the morning. Sometimes you have a guest. Sometimes you have a special guest. And then other times, like tomorrow, we have a very special guest.
Yes.
In Anna Midden.
One of our favorites. Making her second appearance.
That's right. As a Bengal in her second year as a Bengal. There's a handoff to Sumter, and he smashes through the right side for significant yardage.
Best gain of the night.
So good job there by Carson. It's going to be a tad bit short of a first down. 9 yards on the play. That'll bring up third down and 1 yard to go on third and short this year. Our team on third and short has been successful just 56% of the time. Got to do a little bit better now on third and short. Bringing his team to the line of scrimmage will be Hinton. The Breds need a yard. Hinton will line up in shotgun formation with Sumter on his left hip. Hinton trying to get a hard count, but Covcath ain't going anywhere.
It moved a little bit, not enough though.
All right. Snap is back. The give is to Sumter. Oh, and Sumter runs into the wall of white jerseys right at the line of scrimmage, and he probably missed
number 47 there. Brady Guard got a hold of his ankle and wouldn't let him go.
And that will drop him back a yard to the 28, where it is 4th down and 2. Breds appear to be going for it. 4:42 left to go in the first quarter. Harrison down 21-0. Coach Isaac rolling the dice a little bit here.
Sure.
Trying to get something started. Ball's on the far hash mark. Pistol formation this time for Hinton with Sumter behind him. He'll put a man in motion going from the right to the left side. Snap is back. The give is going to be to Sumter, and he runs it to another wall.
Yep.
And the Breds will turn the ball over on downs.
Just too much of a push from the D-line.
Yeah. Well, we talked about in the pregame that the O-line and the D-line have got to do their jobs, or else it's going to be a long night, and it's already been a long night.
Yep.
3-yard loss on the play. Back to the 25, which is where the Colonels, for the 3rd consecutive time, will start their series in Harrison County territory. 4:16 on the clock here in the first quarter. Bringing the play in from the sideline is Cash Harney, the quarterback. Ball's in the middle of the field. Running back to the left side of Harney. Harney gets the line, but he's going to be stopped there. It's Dylan Gaser, 13th reception of the year. Gets a first down for his guys, down to about the 6. Down to the 6. So a 19-yard gain on the play, and they are getting big chunks of yardage every time they touch the ball.
Yeah. Unfortunately, it's what they want, they're getting.
Yeah. Yeah, and this is why they run most of the time, because their offensive line is controlling our defensive line, and their running backs are finding the holes, as is Cash Harney, the quarterback.
If you ever wanted to watch a team and see why an offensive line is so important, watch these guys.
Snap is back to Harney. He'll hand it off to the second man through. He finds a hole and goes through it for the touchdown.
Number 9 again.
Who's that? Pitzer?
Gaser.
Oh, Gaser, number 9. So Gaser catches a pass and then runs the rest of the way in. A 6-yard touchdown run for Gaser. And Gaser now with 8 rushing touchdowns on the year improves his team's lead to 27-0 with still 3:20 on the clock here in the first quarter. In for the kick is Erdy. Snap good, hold good. Erdy's kick is on the way and is good as well. So with 3:20 left to go in the first quarter, your score now, Covcath 28, Harrison County nothing. You're listening